On today's episode of Yesterday's Braid, I do not have an intro sequence because I tried recording one like 3 times and they all came out awkward. So let's just get on with the sale. This is actually a very large estate sale at the old elementary school. Right. So, like I said, this estate sale was at the school. This person had a very large collection, a lot of Asian-inspired items. I stepped up to this first table and I was looking at these cups here, and it's off camera, but I almost broke the first thing I picked up because I was so excited. That little plate there, that was actually, I think, plastic, not ceramic, which is why I didn't pick it up. This is show poppy carnival pattern, and I'd never held this in my hand. I had no idea how dimensional that pattern actually was. It's not like a typical press pattern. It's got a little bit more raised surface to it. It's pretty cool. This table had a lot going on for it, and I already felt myself like getting overwhelmed. So this vase I picked up, and I wound up, I'm going to say, I left this behind and I regret it. I actually, if anybody knows anything about it or recognizes it, I'd love to learn about it. I tried taking some screenshots of it to look it up, but I couldn't find anything about it. These are sit-in stricker, if I'm saying it correctly, fused glass plates. And I actually found a couple more. They were in a box underneath the table. And again, they had not finished unpacking all the boxes, so I began digging. However, one of them was broken. I did almost kind of catch my finger on it, and there were 2 in there, but because one was broken, I didn't want to stress out the people having the sale by unwrapping broken glass on them. That I originally thought was a paperweight, but it has a hole in it, like a candle holder, so I'm not sure. Fostoria American. This is their little toothpick top hat holder. I've never sold one of those before, so I figured for $2 I'd just grab it for funsies. Going down this table, there is a vase. This reminded me of a toile that my mother had on her rattan set back in the 80s. It's not exactly the same, and this was obviously a contemporary piece based on that mark on the bottom of it. And then going around, I kind of wish I grabbed that vase there in the middle, but I didn't. And I noticed as I go through these videos sometimes, I'm like, wow, you really miss picking up some stuff, Liz. But, you know, I'm learning how to film, and I get so excited at some of these sales. It's like I get oblivious to some of the things that are right in front of me. But this was pretty. This is clearly mid-century. It's a splatter gold and white vase with a large sawtooth edge. These were really pretty. It's a little 3-piece set matching vases, but they were mass-produced. Or, sorry, 4-piece. But they were mass-produced, so I wasn't really too interested in them. I have seen these around. The first few times I saw them, I was like, ooh, what is this? But they are, I believe, Jim Beam bottles from the 1970s, and they go for around $30. They're not completely uncommon. That, I believe, is Blair pottery. I have some of that myself. I need to sell or get listed and sell. And this vase I thought was really cool. Just that perfect mid-century kind of mint green color with the gold floral design on it. It was really pretty. This was really pretty as well. There was a lot of depth in the glaze. It really, not dimension, but depth. It really kind of gave a sense of those flower heads sort of popping out at you. And there's marked Bavaria on the bottom. And they only wanted, again, a few bucks for that. Over on this table. So the first few clips, I'm out in the hallway, and now I'm in the gym auditorium, and the lighting was not great. I did try to color grade some of these videos. Everything looked very green, 1980s kind of photo album tone to it. So just bear with me on this because some of the colors will be off. A little piece of carnival there again for $3. This I thought was a little bit older than TJ Maxx. But again, that's all it was just a TJ Maxx piece, $2. Still pretty. So there was a lot of Asian inspired items here, and a lot of it was really pretty, but I'm not always well versed in some of the Asian antiques. Here's a bit of lusterware. I hadn't seen this vase shape before, so that was kind of cool. And excuse my voice, by the way, because I'm doing this first thing the next morning, and I'm out of coffee. I have no coffee on board right now. So when I walked over to this table, I kind of started to think, I don't know if anybody's heard of Pearl River Market in Manhattan, but it is a store that sells a lot of Asian decor. And my family actually went there a couple of times in the 80s and 90s, and we have some stuff from there. And they have great stuff, but it can be sometimes hard to pick out what is a little bit more vintage than 80s, 90s import stuff. And you can see they have a plethora of things. This is a little tomato ware jar. I would have bought it, except one side of it was pretty severely scuffed. So I did wind up leaving. You can see it there. It's pretty scratched up on the one side. It's still really pretty, but that's tomato ware. They sell a lot of like kind of a lusterware glaze cookie jars, and I've sold one of their cookie jars before. This was just a pretty mid-century vase. These are, you can't tell, but these are actually pink. They are really pretty, dusty pink by Noah Glass. And it's just a set of 4 nesting bowls, like a lotus shape nesting bowls. But again, they're pink. And this stuff I see everywhere. It's just like almost canvas textured dishware. And I'm not sure who makes it. This was a neat little bowl that was buried under some runes, and I believe a part to a microscope. And as soon as I get all the walnuts and the runes out of the way, you can see it's a peacock, and it's kind of from the front and from the profile. I thought at first it was a peacock and a pheasant. And then on the outside, there's like a bamboo thistle pattern. And this is the, oh God, I think it's Lucky something pattern. And I can't remember who it's by. So here I go again. I pick up this vase, I look it over again, and I put it back because I'm thinking, you know what, it's probably a home goods piece or something, but I don't think it was. I think I made a mistake. So let me know. This was a mistake. This was Meissen. I should have grabbed it. It was $2. I was having that moment where I looked at the maker's mark and I totally drew a blank, so I left it. This was one of the rooms off the main hallway there. And this was stuff they still had yet to unpack. This sale went on for like 4 days. This was a Fostoria picture. I can't remember the name of the pattern right off the top of my head, but that's Fostoria. It was in great shape. Early Fostoria as well. And then there was a whole bunch of little things over here. There's this little trinket dish, which was cute, but it was pretty contemporary, so I wasn't really sure I could make much money on it. I kind of was eyeing it a little bit for myself. Oh my God, my morning voice without coffee, guys. I'm so sorry. Other videos will be better, but it's early and I'm still sleepy and I wanted to get this done. This is the bowl underneath this. I actually see this pattern all the time and I love it, but it's not really worth much. This is the floral oval pattern. And I just think it's pretty striking. But again, it doesn't have much of a resale value. That bowl is maybe like 15 bucks. And then they had these, I think it's called Shibawa inlay. I'm probably saying that wrong. I'm like the 50% education person. I know like 50% about something. All right, so before I completely lose daylight, I'm going to go over everything that I got earlier today. It's now like 7 o'clock, so I got to buzz through this because I got stuff to do. So I got, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, like 12, 13 things, whatever. I got a piece of milk glass. From what I understand, milk glass starting to come back. This is the old quilt pattern, and it's just a $2 piece I picked up, and I will probably put this up for like 15 bucks or something like that. This, you saw in the video, I took a bunch of corks out of it. I didn't look on the bottom when I picked it up, but it actually has the number 3. So this might be a repro piece. But the design, it's like purple carnival glass with peacocks in it. And then there's additional design on the outside there. But I have to research that one a little bit more. This is the Adams glass prayer rug good luck pattern. It's got the horseshoe and the prayer rugs. This was a compote or a cake stand, I should say. $5 on that, but I should be able to get about $30 or so there. This I'm not sure about. It looks like a paperweight, but it's got a hole in the top of it. So I'm wondering, and it's frosted inside. So I'm wondering if this is actually a perfume bottle. I'm gonna have to look that up and see if I can find out more information on it. I think I paid like $1 or $2. Oh no, I paid $3. Sorry. This was just a cute little mid-century vase. I love this kind of weeping gold and white glaze over the light green. I love this light green color. I'm actually gonna maybe paint my basement this color. So, but this was $4, and I don't know who the maker is. There's nothing on the bottom there. But again, just a nice, perfectly mid-century looking piece there. This, I think I paid $4 for this. This was made in Bavaria. It says Bavaria on the bottom. I don't know anything more about it than that, but there's a good picture of it if anybody else wants to look it up. And then I found this. I've seen these before. I think I saw a similar one in another video I did, but made in Japan. And again, I just love this green and the little floral detail inside there. Just a little snack tray, or put it on a nightstand for catching your earrings and rings, whatnot. I'll probably list this for like 15 bucks or something, if I don't keep it, because honestly, that's like really cute. I like that. Next, this is the winner. I didn't realize it when I picked it up, but so this is Northwood poppy pattern, and I looked this up quick, and I did see some that were like between $100 and $200. I think some of the purple carnival in this pattern went for a few $100. I just checked it quick, like when I slipped back in the car after getting all this stuff, but I got to research it more. The closest comp that I did see wasn't exactly the same shape as this, so I got to look a little deeper. This was just a pretty vase. It's got this like faux crackle, crazing finish on it. I don't know how old it is, but I will find out. There's no marking on the bottom. It doesn't look terribly aged here, so I don't think it's too old. Fostoria American, find it everywhere. This is just the top hat toothpick holder, and I know it's Fostoria American and not Whitehall or the Jeanette cube pattern, because Fostoria has 3 mold lines from what I understand, and that is a good way to differentiate it. Also, the Fostoria American was more fire polished, so the points on this pattern aren't as sharp. They're a little bit smoother. So if it feels really like, I don't know, sharp, then it's probably the Indiana Glass Whitehall pattern, not Fostoria America, but they're like so similar. And then this, I didn't think was much. This is kind of tough to see. This is by Ghibli Studios. I looked this up really quick, and I thought it was Pikachu in it, but it's not. And I have to do a little more research on it. This looks like it could have been like for 60, 75 bucks when I checked quick. So I grabbed that. I think I got it for $2. This is just black glass compote, little pedestal base. $4 on it. It might be Lancaster glass. I don't know. I have to find out still. But still, I just love this black gothic look, and this will go with so many different things. It does have some mortar staining in it, but hopefully I can clean it up with a little vinegar. What didn't I get to? This might be IKEA. I don't know. I didn't want to leave it behind. It was only a couple of bucks. I think $2 or $3. The paint on it is like a little bit thicker than some of the cheap stuff that we have today, so that made me think maybe I should grab it. But again, I have no idea I think it's just a candle holder. We will find out. This was really pretty. I don't know who it's by. There is a mark on the bottom, and the only word I can make out on that mark is pottery. I don't know if you can see that. And then the last 2 things before I have no daylight left. This was a really cool set. This is Noah glass, made in Japan, I believe. And it is a set of lotus-shaped nesting bowls. And there are 4 here. Very pretty. Nice pink glass with the gold rim. They would look really pretty on a vanity. Or up on a shelf, or use them even as candle holders. A little bit of wear on the gold, but nothing crazy. Still really pretty. And then the last thing was this little fused glass bowl. They actually had a few of these, but it appeared the other ones were broken. I know one was definitely broken, and the other one was kind of like ensnarled in bubble wrap, so I couldn't get it out to see what it looked like, and I didn't want to go digging through stuff. They were still like unloading things. But yeah, so that is it, and I spent like 40 bucks. So that was all for 40 bucks, and I went over it all. So tomorrow there's another sale. There are 2 town-wide sales actually tomorrow. So who knows? They are an hour away from each other, and I live in the middle. So I have no idea how tomorrow's going to play out. But stay tuned, and I will talk to you guys soon. Bye.